if we are asking how much do the shoes cost, the word for shoes in Spanish is masculine, zapatos, right? It is plural masculine, zapatos. So we would ask, ¿cuánto cuestan estos? Right? Or estos zapatos. If we are asking how much do the socks cost, the word for socks is medias, medias. It is a feminine plural word. So there we would say estas. ¿Cuánto cuestan estas? How much do these cost? Feminine, okay? So now the answer would be, let's say the answer is, they cost 200 pesos, okay? They cost 200 pesos. And remember that we can omit the subject in Spanish, okay? Because the subject is implicit in the verb. How would we say they cost 200 pesos? We would say cuestan. Remember that since we are talking about plural, the verb goes conjugated for the person they, right? For the plural. Cuestan 200. We write it like this. Spell it like this. 200. 200 pesos. Okay? Cuestan 200 pesos. So we will say, it's too expensive, or that's too expensive, or that's too much. How would we say that's too much? It's very expensive. That's too much. It's very expensive. The word for that is eso. Eso is demasiado, for too much. Okay? Eso es demasiado. But since we can also omit the subject, we can also say es demasiado. It is too much. Okay? It is too much. It is very expensive. Or that's very expensive. Again, we will omit the subject and we'll say es muy caro. It's very expensive. And the salesman will say it's not expensive. It's very cheap. No es caro. Okay? So the salesman is arguing with us, right? He's insisting it's not expensive. No es caro. Es barato. However, let me tell you something. Remember the difference between the verb ser and the verb estar. In English, they both mean the verb to be. But in Spanish, the verb to be is divided into two verbs, ser and estar. Remember that? Ser and estar, two different verbs. We use the verb ser when we are talking about more permanent situations or conditions, and estar, more impermanent conditions or situations. For example, I am a man. We use ser, yo soy un hombre. I am Rodrigo, right? My name. Yo soy Rodrigo, right? However, something more impermanent. I am happy. Yo estoy feliz, right? Okay? Same thing about when we talk about prices. Since prices change, we usually say, we can say something is expensive, es caro, or está caro. But we usually use a little bit more está caro, because it's expensive, but it can change, okay? It's not a permanent condition or situation. So we can say está barato, okay? Está barato. It is cheap. So we will ask the salesman, can you do a discount? Can you do a discount? In Spanish, do a discount, we would say, do me a discount, right? It's a reflexive verb. The verb to do me or to do oneself is hacerme. Let's see, we would say, me puede hacer, to do, right? Hacer means to do or to make, okay, indistinctly. Puede comes from the verb poder, which means to can. The verb to can, Spanish verb to can is poder. It is an irregular verb, and here it is conjugated in the present tense for the first person of the singular, for I. To me, can do a discount, un descuento. Okay? Remember that in Spanish, we always open the question mark, okay? Why? Because in English it's not necessary to open the question mark, because the questions in English are, when we start reading, they are perfectly identifiable, because the verb and the subject, they switch places, okay? They change positions. So when we start reading, we see that the structure of the sentence is a question, right? In Spanish, however, the structure of a sentence is the same for a question or an affirmation, right? So therefore, we need to open the question mark to realize when we are reading that that is going to be a question sentence, okay? Of course, when we are using the question words like how much, how many, why, right? There in Spanish, we begin the sentence with the cuándo, cómo, por qué, right? The question words, and there we can know that it is a question. But for example here, can you do a discount? Can you give me a discount, right? Me puede hacer un descuento. If we do not open the question mark, we do not know it is a question until we finish the sentence, right? That's why in Spanish we always open the question marks or the exclamation marks, okay? ¿Me puede hacer un descuento? To me, can you do a discount? That is the literal translation, okay? Okay, let's finish our review lesson here. And frequently we will try to start doing reviews, right? So I force you a little bit to think of the different words and grammar that we have been learning, right? And then we will pass to other more advanced topics. So thanks for watching. Remember, you can send me questions or doubts via the channel or on the blog, okay? So I see you next time. Bye.